Hey, what's up, homies? My name is SlyFoxHound, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. A lot of people thought that I was not going to finish this, and again, patience is a great virtue. But to all of you guys who have been patient enough, we are recording in my office now. How fucking cool is that? No, but I'm excited to finish this now that everything that I record is in my office. I should be able to give you guys content just poof. You guys should not be waiting for stuff that is at least single player. As you guys saw in Infamous, I just ran through that, and you guys had always episodes every day until I finished it. So hopefully this is going to be what's going to happen with Katawa. Also, Katawa Shoujo episodes are going to be 30 minutes long. So if you guys are excited for that, please make sure to leave a like. And again, I miss you guys. How are you? But let me actually start doing this, and let's do some Katawa. Load. And I made sure I loaded from the last part that I touched. So let's see. Okay, the chance to get outside and clear my head will probably do me good. And then this is where the heart goes. Bing ding ding, bing ding ding, bing ding ding. All right. So finally, something new. Whoa, it's too loud for me. Bored of standing in place and watching the television in the shop window, I pull myself away from a tacky display with little effort. After living at Yamaku, the city seems like an entirely different world. No running in the halls, calm and orderly conduct is to be used at all times in the classrooms. Students are to exit rooms after checking both directions. For oncomers, elevators are reserved for movement-impaired students, single file on stairs. Compared to such strict, almost regimental standards, the city shopping arcade might as well be a strange country. While the school may have its fair share of hustle and bustle during the festival, the outside world is much different. It's strange, having lived in a metropolitan city before my accident, this should feel more natural than Yamaku, the surrounding town ever could. Yet it feels foreign somehow. The elevated walkways and tall buildings, each adorned with billboards taller than any three people, don't do anything to distract me from the passing crowd's reaction. That was slowly right there. Hey! Oh! Holy sexy blind lady! Wow! Lilly keeps. Oh, oh man, I need to empty my pockets. Oh man, this is. Hey! What's up, girl? By the way, I'm aware that the camera is cutting some of the actual dialogue, but don't worry about it because again, I'm reading most of it, and if for some reason that were to be an issue, I'm sorry. All right, Lilly keeps one hand on my shoulder, the other holding her cane, which taps the ground with a metronome-like steadiness. Looking over to her, the neutral smile of her still hums. Having only seen her in school uniform, I do not recognize her as much as she sat on a bench waiting for me to come, if not for her cane propped up against it and her distinctive hair. I can't tell whether they're glancing at her due to her height, her foreign looks, her obvious blindness, or all three. Not that any of those would make the situation any less comfortable than it is. Oh, she opened her eyes. Do you have any idea where to look for Sasao? Her soft voice breaks me out of the line of thought. I can't imagine that she's falling to notice the attention she garners, but she seems some fazed by it. I get the feeling she's the type to enjoy walking outside, so she might be used to it by now. No, really, this is my first time in the city, so I got no idea where to go. She furrows her brow in thought, planning a route for us to take, and come to think of it, a way to communicate. Something I noticed in the time I've been with her is how when deep in thought she lacks close to any form of body language to show it. Her expressions may change, but not a hint of movement shows. She seems to have a little in the way of sweeping physical gestures and gestures though, so I assume it's part of her reserved nature. Is there a large electronics store near here? I take a quick look around, mostly finding clothing stores. After a few seconds, I notice a store with a bright blue sign some distance away that fits her description. Yep, it's just a bit ahead of us. Should we go into that direction? Thankfully, it's just the information she needed. With a nod, we start off and head towards Lilly's unknown destination, landmarks being our guide. Oh, what is this ice cream? Holy guacamole. Guac? Is that guac? I got to be guac. Is that guac? It has to be guac. Here you go, 1 vanilla, 1 chocolate, and this is guac. I hand the money over the counter and take the cones to the railing that Lily's sitting on. I can't believe I let her trick me like this. She's not only led me to an ice cream stall, but also got me to buy her some. At least she gave me the money for hers. Sure enough, she's patiently waiting where I left her. I guess she was planning on making the day an event rather than a simple shopping trip. I call out to her and slowly place a vanilla cone in her outstretched hands, being careful to make sure that she has a good hold of it before letting go. At least her tastes are fairly normal. I was worried she asked for some weird flavor when she first asked, like baby's toe or something. I don't know. Here's a change. It's okay, keep it. I moved to protest, but I realized the futility of doing so over such a small amount. I slid the coin into my pocket, supplementing my meager allowance ever so slightly. Lily shows no sign of wanting to get up, so I take a seat beside her and start eating my own ice cream. The summer's weather is nice. Hopefully it would hold out for a while. You too? I'm beginning to think that I'm the only person who prefers winter. I contemplate her statement for a long moment. Yeah, I think you might be. It draws an intended reaction. She's cute when she's pouting. Aww.
You're cute. You're a cute girl. You're so cute. I hate you.
Still, I can't really imagine what's so good about winter when you can't go out without bundling it up and you still freeze anyways. I used to live further north, where there's plenty of snow to play in, so it's a little nostalgic. I don't like the heat very much either. At least you can wear a skirt, so don't complain about that. She gives an amused giggle as we both get back to finishing off our already melting cones. What the fuck? I idly sit and watch the crowds going by as we eat, catching bits and pieces of conversation. Looking to Lily, I see her dutifully licking her ice cream from top downwards, blissfully unaware that the fat is beginning to melt. It's melting. Where? Down a bit. She lowers her mouth from the top of the cone, but has no idea exactly where the ice cream is dripping. But follows is a game of guiding her left and right until she finally finds it. Oh god. To any onlooker, this must seem absolutely bizarre. A girl with her eyes closed turning her cone over and over as the guy next to her gives instructions. A strange variant of childhood blindfold games maybe. In good time we finally finished our treats, and while away the time conversing casually. Caught mid-sentence, Lily perks her head in trademark manner. It's an unmistakable sign that something caught her attention. Ah! What is it? Is Akira somewhere over here? I think I heard her. I raise an eyebrow and look in the direction she's facing, somewhat doubtful of her ability to pick out Akira's lone voice in the din. Sure enough though, a blonde girl in a suit can be seen through the tiny gaps between people walking every which way. I raise a hand and wait, trying to catch her attention. Satao! Hey, Satao! She stops in her tracks and looks towards me, evidently noticing my calls. As she does, I notice someone walking beside her. I can't get a good look whoever it is though, before the two began walking for us where we are. Ah! As they reach us, Lily and I send and dust ourselves off. Akira? Hey, you two. She nods towards me, a gesture which I quickly return. My gaze shifts towards the young girl next to her, and our eyes meet. As they do, Akira plops a hand onto her head and moves where she doesn't seem to face her. I don't believe we met. I'm Hideki. Pleased to meet you, Hisao. A guy's name, huh? Guess I just dodged a bullet there. He bows, somewhat restrained by Akira's hand being in his head. Wait, that's a boy? What? Really? Oh, Heidi's here too? Are you well? Akira's been taking very good care of me, thank you. Akira grins as if offering to point and rubs his head hard, dragging around in a circular motion. His straight face doing this is somewhat amusing. Uncle's out of business again, so I'm just taking him around taking him around town for today. I had preferred to be spending the day on a date with my boyfriend, but Idea gets a cough and tries to read Akira's thoughts. As he does though, I find mine wondering, they're related? and further as first cousins, I suppose that explains why she's taking care of him in any case. Come to think about it, Hideki, how did you know my name? Akira told me, being a Yamako student, I suppose you're disabled in some way. Not everyone in Yamako is disabled, which I only learned a handful of days ago. I give a silent thanks to Shisume and Misha for the stream of information about how the school works. Ah, fuck. Can I go back? Ah, there you go. Here you go. School works. Alright, cool. I find out that if I skip something, I can roll my mouse wheel thanks to the comment section. And I can go back to something that I probably skipped by mistake. Alright. Because of that, I found that since the school will like practically anybody suffering from known mental disabilities, it doesn't discriminate against healthy people either. It seems unlikely that many in good health would enroll there though. While the standards of education is pretty high, it's extremely isolated and very much focused on helping disabled students. You're dodging the question. Damn, he's sharp. Is that a boy? Is that a boy? That looks like a straight girl. Before I can say another word, he decides to take a stab at it himself. If I were to call it myself, your heart? Akira looks mildly curiously at me. Her interest piqued as well. That surely was a lucky guess. How did you show no missing limbs or deformities, so extended disabilities are out. Considering the lack of any strange mannerism, it is also unlikely that you have any mental disabilities. But Yamako doesn't take mentally disabled students. I know. Leaving that aside, the only possibility left is that of internal disabilities. I didn't know which one might bear, so I guessed correctly as it turns out, and your reaction confirmed my guess. More than a little bemused, I look to Akira. She grins and shrugs, obviously taking some enjoyment out of her partner's deductions. He's sharp, yes, but more than a little unsympathetic? Yeah. Logical, but lacking in tact. His attitude reminds me of Shisume in a way, as do his looks. May I ask you why you staring at me? I'm not unusual. Wait, no. May I ask you why you're staring at me? Surely I'm not that unusual as a specimen. Does he not know how unusual he looks? I could overlook the spats of clothing as just being consolation, but the rhythm and his hair really is too much. This is entirely besides the point, though. Sorry, you just remind me of someone. Akira gives me a sharp jab at her. Akira gives him a sharp jab with her elbow. Told you you're not that much different from her. He coughs into his hands and tries to maintain an upright and serious demeanor. I see you met my sister, then perhaps my full name might help you. I'm Hideki Hakamichi. You probably think of my sister Shisume Hakamichi. Oh, so he's Shisume's brother? Wait a minute, if Hideki is the son of Akira's uncle, and Shisume is her sister, then that means Lilly and Shisume's father and brothers. Therefore, Lilly and Shisume are first cut. Oh, that makes sense. That's why we're being douches to each other. Family members are allowed to be dicks to each other at times, just so you guys know. Lilly groans in an uncharacteristic, unrestrained manner. The reaction earns an amused smirk from her sister. The amenity between the two just took on another meaning. I had thought it was simply a matter of difficulty of communication between the two. But a family feud makes things much more complicated. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. She gives it a high-fired shrug. She must have given as much weight to the two conflicts as I did. Well, that's how it is. What are you up to anyway on this fine day? We're shopping for Hanako's birthday present. The day will be coming soon, so this is the last chance we will have before school starts again for the week. Akira makes a strange face, as if Lilly just said that the sky wasn't blue and the clouds not white. Isn't her birthday on the 10th next month? Yes, why? Is something wrong? Akira's face seems to collapse, an early over-fitting expression for someone so rowdy and headstrong. The folks didn't call you yet. As Lilly shakes her head cluelessly, I look at Hideki to see if he knows anything about it. A simple shrug is his only answer. For a moment, Akira ponders what to do before smiling once again. The fact that she can hide her emotions so quickly and effectively is unsettling. Hey shorty, sorry, but could you hang out with Hasao for a while? Oh god. He nods and waves her off. Akira placing an arm on Lily's shoulder as she guides her away out of the earshot. Oh, and so I'm alone with Shorty. So nice weather, isn't it? It seems so. I guess they dumped us. Indeed. What a farcical attempt at small talk. I got no idea how to talk to this guy, and his robotic response are helping. Blood and stone come to mind. Without another word, he begins to rock his feet in an obvious gesture of boredom with the discussion. He really is like a little kid despite his serious demeanor. Suspecting the conversation is over, I decide to accomplish what I came here to do in the first place. I'm going to search for a person. Coming? Not much else to do. In a little while, we come to a small shop beside a convenience store. For once, the store windows aren't filled with electronics and computer games, but dolls, stuffed bears, and all manners of woodcraft oddities. Othello's Antiques. An antique store. Well, if there's anything in this town that suits Hanako, I guess it'd be here. I reach the old-looking door handle, but pull back the last minute as I realize my companion has gone adrift. Not coming in? I'll just be in the newsstand for a while. Don't mind me. His voice makes it painfully clear he has 0 interest in what the store, and that he doesn't feel obligated to follow me. Okay, you're a dick, and you look like a girl. Dressed as a boy? I don't. You're a boy dressed as a girl? I don't fucking know. As he wanders off without another word, I push the thick wooden door and enter the store, a bell above me ringing out. Oh, the musty smell of all books and wooden shelves indistinctly anachronistic. Jesus. I look to the counter beside the door. The gray man behind it sits there silently, reading a tattered book. He essentially fits the look of the place. Slowly wandering through the aisles, the person I reminded of, I inspected each handcraft or imported oddity in turns isn't Hanako. Crouching down, I examined the ancient oak desk inside the shop window. At least 30 dolls of varying wildly size and make. Only similarity between them is the long Victorian dress they wear. I turned the price tag and one of the looks to be above the waist high. It's not my price bracket at all. I do the same to each of them, getting more and more depressed as they get smaller and smaller in sizes. That's it. That is until I reach the very smallest one. It's affordable, just yet quality to make, with long auburn hair and a little blue dress. I decided that it's the kind of present Hanako would appreciate, pretty looking and far from gaudy. After I carefully pick it up, I decide to keep looking around the store. I'm not sure whether it's because I like the atmosphere or out of simple curiosity. Peeking around the corner before I go to the next aisle, I see the shelves in this one are stuck with wooden toys, from toy cars to intrigue automatons, whatever that is. Tucked behind a lined nutcracker, I notice a little plain wooden box. It feels surprisingly light as I pick it up with my free hand. The lid only needs the smallest movement to pop open. The little metal drum inside begins to rotate immediately. For a second on end, I simply stand there listening to the palm-sized melody. As it plays, I take the tiny price tag in my fingers and bring it to my face, the minuscule cursor writing taking some effort to read. It's affordable, sort of. Grimly slightly, I close the lid and make my way to the counter with the doll and the music box in hand. Oh wow, he's old as shit. When I lay the two on the counter, the man behind sits up, takes a stock of them. He doesn't hide very well his surprise at someone at my age buying them. It's painful, but I hand over the money for the two and leave the store with a small opaque bag in hand. Hideki being there takes me by surprise. Oh hi, I thought you'd be at the newsstand. Akira gave me a call. She's waiting for us at the fountain with Lilly. At least that solves the issue of trying to find them again. We head back to the mountain. What am I talking about? We head off back to the fountain. There's no mountain here. Wow. Alright, that was funny. No. We head off back to the fountain. Hideki's immaculate posture and presentation despite his appearance makes for a strange contrast even as we walk. Lilly and Akira stand there waiting for us. Their faces hard to read. Hey you, ready to go, shorty? Hideki's mood seems to improve as he rejoins her. See you, Lilly Hisao. Tell Hanako I said happy birthday. We will. Bye. Goodbye, Akira. What the fuck was up with that? And with that, the two disappear into the fracas of the afternoon city crowd. Turning to Lilly, I noticed she's carrying a small bag. It's now that I realize why her disposition felt differently from before. While Lily's typically the type to wear her emotions on her sleeve, her expressions and tone are clouded and difficult to read. It's more than a little off-putting, but given the effort she's making to hide her emotions, I doubt she wants to be cornered on why she's feeling this way. Already bought Hanako a present? Yes, have you? Yeah. Shall we head back to the bus stop then? Okay, there should be a bus back to Yamago pretty soon. And with that, we began to walk. It feels strange compared to before. Lily's hand on my forearm feels usually tense and the whole atmosphere is extraordinarily awkward. The silence continues for a long while. I really don't like seeing her like this. Hanako's birthday party is going to have to be held earlier. Is the 4th going to be alright for you? I had no other possible obligations anyway, so I reflectively nod. Only after do I remember that I'm doing so pointless, and I quickly answer so by speech. She tries to collect herself, a tad that looked almost pitiable, and how plain it is to see how distinct her thoughts are. Sorry, Sal. You said the bus will be coming soon, right? That's right. But now she says that, I have an idea. Actually, do you have anything to do later today? I don't believe so. Why do you ask? This is the point where I normally take your hand and rush you somewhere, but even without that, you'll have to trust me, okay? I take her hand and gently lead her, her distant face replaced by one mild surprise and curiosity. As the waitress sets the cup of tea and cup of coffee that I ordered onto the table, I thank her before she takes her leave. Truth be told, I really lucked out on finding this cafe. I didn't really know where I was going, rather. I was just looking for a cafe that looked relatively nice. Having managed to recover a little, Lilly tenderly sips her cup as I take a long gulp of the coffee in front of me. As I hope, her face lights up as she realizes what flavor it is. Oh, this is wonderful. So, how did you know that this was... I asked for French vanilla black tea. Hedged my bets that it would be her favorite flavor, or at least one that she liked. I don't know much about tea. It sounded like one she might appreciate. On the basis of her liking vanilla ice cream, a tea connoisseur I am definitely not. It was a lucky guess. You really like tea, don't you? She puts her teacup down and gives me a tiny nod. That familiar small smile thankfully perched on her face once again. Drinking tea is calming. I don't know how to say it. I think. With that amount you drink, are you sure not addicted to it? Caffeine addiction is pretty common nowadays. Did I ever say I wasn't? She let a giggle as my head drops. We all have our vices, I suppose, and there are worse things to be addicted to. French vanilla black tea, huh? I'll have to remember that. For a while, we both silently drink. It's comforting to have someone like her nearby in such new surroundings. Even so, just the two of us sitting in silence. I begin to wonder if this feeling is the same for her until she sets down her cup. Hisao, do you mind if I ask you a slightly odd question? That depends on the question, I guess. I was wondering what your favorite color is. Everyone has one, after all. I almost replied before realizing why the seemingly mundane question is actually quite strange. My favorite color, but... She gives a pouting look, wanting me to answer anyway. While the answer seems unavoidable wasted on her, there isn't any harm in giving it. I always have the things for green. I say that's my favorite. Green, is it? What things do you think of when contemplating that color? I suppose grass fields and trees in summer. The army as well with camouflage. Men always seem to like the military. But that sounds like a nice color. A very nice color. Actually, that's kind of funny. Because like her I guess interest in color is a lot, you know, more weird in a blind girl. And the fact that she's like, oh, that's nice to like, you know. Guys like army and stuff like that, so it makes sense that you like the color green to camouflage. It's a nice way to go about it. She nods her head a little, improving their choice, considering how foreign the concept of color is to her mind. Labeling by association seems reasonable enough. If everyone has a favorite color, then what's yours? Why did I ask that? White. I'm told that that's the color of snow and of ice cream. You are no better than me then. If you don't like the color because of the favorite food, then I guess white is nice too though. And speaking of colors, it'll be getting dark soon. Let me help you up. Hey, sexy lady. Lilly offers her hand, which I take in mine to help lever up from her seat at the table. Its softness compared to mine makes me off guard, and I'm really not used to such casual contact. It doesn't seem to bother her at all though, but it seems obvious why. It feels like just one more ladylike aspect to her. As her hand moves to her pocket, I quickly cut her off. Don't worry about it, I'll pay for this. Oh, thank you, Hasao. She gives an earnest smile at the gesture, a reward much greater than of her words. Aww. By the time we step off the bus, it's well and truly dark. We make our way up the hill of silence, both of us behaving a little awkwardly, probably because of the day's events. While I'm still concerned over Lily's withdrawn nature after meeting with her sister, the fact I managed to cheer her up even slightly feels a little personal victory. Yay! But it feels like what? Feels like the air between us has changed. Maybe only a bit, but it's something I don't think either of us have realized before. That was a date, wasn't it? It was. That doesn't elude either of us. The question and answer being so self-evident as to be rhetorical. Ugly as it may be, I don't think the feeling is bad. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't know what is it. I certainly can't be sure, but it feels like something a little more than friendship. Understanding, empathy, searching for words to adequately describe this difficult nonetheless. Would you like to do this again, Lily, without shopping for presents? The tentative question is met with the same look from Lily as before. Her pale skin makes the rosy tint on her cheeks just slightly more noticeable, and her face, though still pointing to the tree ahead of her, lowers just a little. Okay. Oh! I'm getting some Lily. Lily in my breakfast. Lily in my summer. Lily. Oh! Katawa Shoujo, ladies and gentlemen. I like this recording setup. This is nice. I got my nice little creatures thing into there, and then my Pokemon cards. It's awesome. I walk down the hall of the girls' dormitories, my school bag in hand. Although it lies inside, carefully placed on top of a small box. I've been carrying the box in there for a while now, still not sure what to do with it. This whole situation, come to think, is bizarre. While I know Hanako Kami's birthday party for a while now, I had no idea exactly what the celebrations would be until I found a single note left in the abandoned tea room earlier today. I held it up, read it again, double checking the instructions. The plain black handwriting, fairly legible despite Lily's blindness, clearly thanks to considerable effort and care. Hasao. Wow, Lily fucking wrote this? She's a fucking awesome. I love her. She's so perfect. Blondes. Hasao, we'll be holding a party at my place. Please come at 6 o'clock to the room 225. Something tells me that I need to write this up. So I'm going to write it just in case. So at 6 p.m. 225 in the girls' dorm. Sorry for not noticing you this way, but I have a class representative duties. Okay, cool. I just wrote that in case. Not reassured, I continue walking down the hallway until I reach Lily's dormitory room. I hesitate for a second, but eventually I give 3 sharp taps on the door. A brief and muffled shades of word can be heard from the other side. Listening closer, I can just pick out Hanako and Lily's voice. As they finish, Lily calls out, "Might that be Hasao?" "Yeah, bitch, it's me!" No, I'm kidding. I love you, Lily. I can't say that to you. "Yep, I got the note you left for me. You can come in. The door is unlocked." Glad I managed to get to the right room. I press down the handle and let myself in. As the door swings open, my greeting to them is stolen from my mouth. Hey, Lily's looking good. Lily sits at a low table in the center of the room in her pajamas while the other sits in nightgown, being dressed only in normal school clothes feels quite out of place. I steal a quick glance at the lovely side of the two, my eyes tearing themselves from Lily's long, thin, and pale legs with a measure of reluctance. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you guys really enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. It shows your support. And if you guys want to watch more videos like this, then subscribe so you never miss a video. Woo!